Hello, 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 and welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. I'm certainly glad that you found yourself here. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the power of the pullback. The power of the pullback. When you're able to identify pullbacks, pivotal pullbacks in the market, you can set yourself up for a great entry. Now, I'm sure that you all have heard this before, but it's so true. So you got to keep saying it that entry is the number one reason why a lot of traders have difficulty profiting consistently in the market. Because if you get in too soon, you're too soon. You're likely to be in a drawdown situation. If you stay in too late, you're likely to be in a drawdown situation. So, what you want to do is learn how to identify the pullback that's centered around major structural areas. That is so key. That is so key. And when you're doing that, your entry will certainly be much tighter, right? Nothing is exact, but it will certainly be in the range. Pullbacks, normal stuff, right? But you shouldn't be in major drawdown. You should definitely be able to mitigate that when you are utilizing structure as the foundation of your analysis. So today, we're going to talk about the power of the pullback so that you can increase your entries at the best time. Are you ready? Let's do it. All right, so let me shrink a little bit. Let's shrink a little bit. Okay, so I am going to first start off. I'm just pulling this pair, and we can certainly use what we're going to be doing today as an analysis for entry on Sunday. Now, I don't trade on Sundays because the market is opening up. It's just, it was on, it's just not the best time to trade, right? It's really not the best time to trade because there's still some uncertainty. And I personally would prefer the market to show me your hand. On Sunday, you're really not showing me your hand on Sunday because you're just waking up and things are coming alive, if you will, right? As far as price goes. So, me personally, I don't trade on Sundays. Um, Now, I'm going to do another video actually on the power of Mondays. Mondays are very, very powerful. And I'll let you know this really quick. Mondays are very, very powerful because it sets the benchmark, if you will, for price, the high and low of price on Mondays when Monday session close. It shows you, it identifies the high and the low parameter. Most of the time is for the week, but with that piece of information, you can really set yourself up for the week based on how Monday opened and how Monday closes. So that's another video, and I'm definitely going to be sharing that because it's super powerful. But in the meantime, the power of the pullback. So what I like to do is I start off with my daily time frame so that I can identify where the market is going. Real simple, easy stuff. I know that there's a lot of technical analysis and drawings and all this different kind of stuff that you see a lot of great traders do. I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. What I'm trying to share with you is that there's so many ways to trade, and you have to find what works for you. Simple, easy, no nonsense, as little as possible on the chart works for me. Now, the truth of the matter is this: you have to learn all of that for the most part in order to know what to weed off for yourself, right? To know that, okay, too much going on the chart does not resonate with me. You got to know certain things about yourself as a trader. So, what my goal is and my hope is that I can share with you how I see the market in a simple fashion, and it can help to reduce and, in some cases, eliminate a lot of unnecessary uh, trauma, anxiety that you may experience trying to get to this point. So that's my goal. All right. So what I do is I start up on a daily. I'm looking for the trend. All I do is look for my big arrow. My big arrow is bullish, and price is obviously in the demand zone. That's all I'm doing on a daily. That's all I'm doing on the daily, right? And then what I do is I drop down to the 15 minute. Now I only basically focus on two time frames. Now, inside of my mastery course, I teach you the foundation of trading, basically market structure, high and low time frame relationship is very, very important when you identify a price, right? We do a very intense top down analysis, some other things that we do inside of the Forex, the mastery course, where you can, once you learn that, then just the two time frames is all you need, right? But you have to have an understanding of price movement from one time frame to the next, high and lower time frame relationship, before you can really, really um, just focus on those two, right? So I don't want to mislead anyone, and I want to really show you the right way as well, as far as I know, that will help you to be able to maximize the indicator system that we use, and to really, really help you to become an independent trader with or without indicators, to be perfectly honest, right? The indicator system that we use is phenomenal. I think that everybody should have it because it makes trading so super simple. But you still have to have some foundational principles in order to really maximize it. I know a lot of individuals within the community of Super Easy Forex that are still struggling, and they have the system. And that's not because the system is flawed. It's not because the system is not accurate. It's a great system. But there's foundational principles that is missing in the equation. And that is the purpose of the Forex Mastery course that I offer. So I do recommend that you get that if you're struggling in that area. All righty. So back to what I was talking about. Okay, so on the 15 minute, now what am I looking for on the 15? I'm looking for entry. Well, I need for price. I'm not really concerned about these arrows on the 15 minute. I just need price to be in the right zone. And the right zone is what? Is bullish, because on the higher time frame, we are bullish. You always want to base your entry on what the higher time frame is doing. Okay. And so in that case, that's what we're doing. Now, I like this example here because oftentimes what a lot of people I see in the industry, well, in our community more so with Super Easy, a lot of people are relying so heavily on the system to tell them what to do, right? So when they see price down in the zone, and those that have the big arrow, they see big arrow, they take the trade. But that's not the move. The first move is not the move, right? And so what I like to do is I like to wait for what? The pullback. Not just any pullback, because as you can see, you have high, low, high, low, high, low. Price is going to do that. But we're looking for the pullback at a specific level, a specific level. You can use your Fibonacci key to determine that level, or you can use candlestick patterns to determine that level. I like to use the candlestick price to do that, right? And so certain levels. Now, what I'm looking for to help me to identify those pivotal levels is engulfing candles. Whenever there's a pullback of an engulfing candle, the pullback creates an engulfing candle. That is an area that I want to pay close attention to. And so in this case here, we see that certainly price is inside of the demand zone, right? It's in alignment with the bullish move that's preparing, right? It's preparing. Now, is it ready yet? Nope, it's not ready yet, but it's in the zone. So what can we expect? We can expect that there's going to be more bullish pressure coming out of the zone that's going to push price up and out of the zone. So here's the thing. You want price to show you its hand. Remember that. You want price to show you its hand. You got to know how to play this game, right? And what price does is it's going to give you a fake move. You have to identify if the move is fake or not. You have to identify what's the best move that I want to get in the trade on. I want to get in the trade when price is really moving, when they finish playing around. Wouldn't that be the best time to get in, right? So that you can get the pips that you're looking for. Now, so what I do is in this case, it's not ready yet. It's in the zone. And what I'm looking for is for price to potentially come out of this zone and pull back in. That's what I'm looking for. So it will look something like this. I'm looking for price to come up, and then I'm looking for price to come back down. That's what I'm looking for price to do. Make that look somewhat decent, right? Okay, so I'm looking for price to do something like that. And then once price comes back in, then I'll be looking to take the trade coming back out to the next level, because price moves in levels, right? So that's when I'm looking for price to come back out. Now, I talk about M's and W's because when price is in the zones, it creates these patterns, M's and W's. So when price is in the demand zone, you're going to see a W pattern because that is a bullish pattern. Now, we only trade the second leg of that pattern because that's your momentum leg. That's the leg that's going to go up to the next level. And you are far more likely to get at least 25 to 30 pips. So that's why we do that. It's all about the best, the highest probable winning position. Anybody can jump in and out of the market, but getting in the trade at the right time, targeting your position based on your entry, that's the goal, because you want to get in and you want to get out. And so this is the pattern that I will be looking for. Now, how do you know where to stop and where it's going to pull back? Glad you asked. Here's the power of the pullback. Now, what I'm looking for in this particular case is I am looking for a engulfing candle. I'm buying, right? I'm buying. So I'm looking for a bullish, well, and in this case, really just an engulfing candle. Let me explain. So let's go ahead on and get an engulfing candle here. Okay, let's just go here. Here we go. We have a bearish engulfing candle right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my support and resistance on the opening and closing of that candle right here. Okay. So now this is a bearish engulfing candle. A bearish engulfing candle indicates that sellers are stronger in that moment, and that is going to be what? A pullback. And not any time, but most of the time, this is candlestick patterns and understanding certain candlestick behaviors. So when you have a bullish and a bearish candle, or in other words, a bearish engulfing candle, that is an area, that is a very key area where price will pull back. Actually, that is the beginning of what we call a teacup pattern, right? So I'm not going to get into too many of those things, but that's what you want to look for. That's what you want to look for. On my trading view, I can draw it out better on the trading view. That's one of the drawbacks. You don't have the cursive tool on MT4. But basically right here where you have this bearish engulfing candle. So if you just follow me down, right? Little curve comes right back up to the top of that green, the bullish candle, right? And then pulls back down. That's what a teacup looks like. I really wish I could show it to you without making this video too long. It's on the other chart. But nevertheless, that's what you want to look for. So you want to look for pullbacks, right? Coming out of the zone, in or around the zone, I should say. You want to look for the pullback opportunities that's centered around engulfing candles. So if you are in a bullish zone, like we are here, you can look for the bearish engulfing candle that's around inside the zone, because the bearish engulfing candle indicates that price will pull back at that, around that candle. So I like to put the zones right there, the opening and the closing. So somewhere in there, it's going to come back down. And when it comes back down into the zone, I want it to come back into the zone, and then I will be looking for my second leg up. Now, how far back in the zone would I be looking for? Well, all we simply are doing is support and resistance based on structure. Consolidation is structure as well, right? So we're just looking for two or more touches, right? And we definitely have that. So I'm looking for price to come right around in that area. I'm just looking for price to pull right back down to the area of consolidation because that's what it typically does. It typically goes back to the previous area of consolidation. Okay. So there we go. So we right here, right in the zone. So right around in this area is where I would be looking to enter the trade. Now, of course, you have your entry confirmations and entry confirmations. We go into that inside of the Trading Made Easy Telegram group. And of course, the mastery course goes into far more detail on what we're looking for once we get in the zone, right? So never take the first move. That's typically not the move. Sometimes, let me just say this, sometimes price will just shoot straight on out. That happens, but that's not normal, or it doesn't happen all the time, put it like that. It doesn't happen all the time. But the more consistent behavior of price is that we're going to wait for it to come back down, pull back down, and then we want to take it back up. And of course, that movement will coincide with your MACD. It will coincide with your MACD. Now, I want to put this particular MACD on here so that I can show you better on this particular MACD. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's do this MACD. Let's do this MACD. Okay, so now we see as it is right now, you know, your signal line is from the bottom, which is great because we're in the buy zone. We buy low and we sell high. So your signal line is at the bottom and it's curving up. Now on this particular MACD, we're looking for airspace. We're looking for price, the signal line to disconnect from the histogram, creating space. Doesn't have to be a whole lot of space. It needs to just break away. So as long as it's riding the histogram, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that break. And right when it breaks, that is what identifies momentum. That identifies momentum, the push up or the push down. Okay. So in this case here, what I would be looking for is for price to come up, right? And come back down. Now, of course, it's to be more curvy, but basically that's what it will be. And then come back up, right? So even on your MACD, I'm looking for price to rally up and come back down and around your at the bottom, around at the low here. And it may be at this area, who knows? We don't know yet. It may be, you know, it may come right back close to where it is now. But more importantly, we're looking for the move, not so much where at on the MACD, but we're looking for the move to happen, that pattern to happen. That's what we're looking for. And when price comes up and comes back down and around this area, curve around this area, we're just looking for that airspace to disconnect from the histogram. That will coincide with the pullback that you'll see on your chart. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for here is the power of the pullback centered around engulfing candle. Okay, and so once it comes back down, this is what I will be looking for. So right around in this area is what I will be looking for. So let me just take some of this off so we can see a little more clear. Simple stuff. Listen, only thing I can say is it works for me. It works for me. I'm able to profit consistently. I put the trade in. I use pending orders, put the trade in. I live my life. That's it. I live my life, right? As long as you're using structure and you have an understanding of price movement from a higher time frame down to the lower time frame, right? And then you'll find yourself being able to do the exact same thing. And sometimes, guess what? Sometimes price don't do that. Sometimes it don't follow the rules all the time, but most of the time it does. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the probability, the winning probability. And you certainly will have a higher winning probability when you are utilizing structure. So hopefully that has helped. I definitely wanted to, I don't want to keep the video long. I want to show you another one. So that was USD CAD, is it? Yeah, USD CAD. And let's do a GBP pair. Let's do a GBP CAD. Okay. So again, I'm always going to start on my daily because I'm looking for what the trend is, right? So on my daily for GBP CAD, we are looking at a bearish move, right? We're looking at a bearish move. So I'm only looking for sales on my lower time frame, point blank. That's it, right? So once I go down to my lower time frame, what am I looking for? I'm looking for price, not the arrow. I'm looking for price to be in my supply zone because I'm looking for sales. Well, price is not here. So what do? You wait, right? You wait. And you may ask, well, where do I wait? How do I know where at inside of the zone that I should be waiting? That's when we look for structure. That's when we look for structure. And really, honestly, in layman's term, we look for support or resistance. Is in this case, it's got to go up. So we're looking for resistance inside of the supply zone, and we're going to use our horizontal, right? Put that there. And what I like to do is I like to go previous so that you can see if price responded to that area. And you can see action right here, right? See how price responded there, bouncing off of it, right? Even on the top, see how it bounced until it broke, okay? So this area right in here, we have some action going on, and certainly you can go a little further if you want, but we have enough indications there to let us know that that is an area where price responded to that price zone, right? So this would be the first area that I will be looking to come back to the market. Now I will put an alert here. I wouldn't actually get in the trade because there's no engulfing candle around this area. So I wouldn't be looking to get in the trade, but I will certainly outline pinpoint this area with an alert so that I can come back and see what's actually going on, right? So that's what I will be doing there. And then if you don't really see a lot on the 15, just go to the hour and you can see some more structure, right? So on the hour, we see where it responded here as well, responded there as well. Let's look further back and see how often it played around this price point. So we have some consolidation there. We have some push up on here. So yeah, we got pushed up on here. Yeah, so this is definitely an area where price will likely have what? A reaction, right? Because it reacted before. And on the 4-hour, do we have, see our line right there, and you see where price played around in this area here as well. So I would feel very comfortable with this price point identified, where I will come back to the market and see what price is actually going to do, what price is going to do. Now, once price gets in the area, then of course we're going to follow our entry confirmations. But the power of pullback, and this is all you're really identifying, areas where price reacted, because that reaction is a pullback. That reaction is a pullback. Another thing that you can do is grab that fib in relation to the resistance area that you identified, which is right here. This is the area we identified. So let's make that a different color so we can separate the colors. Okay. Okay, so that's our line that we identified where we would come back. And where's that in relation to our fib? In relation to our fib, we're right around the 23, slightly above the 23. So that's definitely key, right? To come back up to the 23, and then we'll look to see what it does from there. Now, when it comes back up to the 23, even if it pushes beyond that to the 0, that's definitely you're definitely in the supply zone, and likely where more selling pressure will come. But oftentimes you have to wait to see what price is going to do once it gets to those particular areas. So this is a key area, right? We're slightly beyond the 23. So we definitely want to utilize this area to come back and see what price is doing. That's all we're doing. All trading is identifying what structure and waiting for price to meet your criteria. That's it. So we want price to come back up here before we take a look. So certainly you can put in an alert and you can take it from there. So definitely take every opportunity to learn this skill. Take every opportunity to learn this skill. I understand it takes time and it's worth it. It's worth it. I will always trade. I will always trade. It's a valuable skill to have. Now, what I understand though is while you're learning, a lot of people go through the ups and downs. A lot of people get frustrated and they quit. They quit on learning this valuable skill set and they go back to doing whatever it is that they're doing, and they never really benefit from the market. Well, we live in a day and age where you can actually be learning how to trade while you're still making money passively in the market, in the crypto space. You don't want to just look through a narrow lens. There's a lot of wealth indicators that's happening all around us, and you want to be in a position to take advantage of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some information inside of the description of the video where you can subscribe to my Easy Crypto Money YouTube channel. Now it's a new channel, but I'm helping people to earn passive income while they are actually learning this skill set so that you can not only diversify your money, but diversify your knowledge. So many wealth indicators taking place right now in this day and age. And if you're just focusing on trading foreign currency, you're missing a lot on the other end as well. So no worries about having to learn something new and this, that, and the other. There's always a slight little learning curve. Even in the most passive of income, you got to know how to navigate your money from that standpoint. But learning another skill, if you will, is not what this is. You focus on this skill while putting your money in a place where it's bringing you back more money. So access the links and the information that I'm gonna leave in the description of the video so that you can empower yourself with the knowledge and certainly increase that bank account. So if this video gave you any type of value, a thumbs up will be great. Subscribe to the channel and I will see you on the next video. Have a great one. Bye-bye.